Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to solve day 10 problem of this month on LeetCode. Before starting, if you guys haven't subscribed my YouTube channel yet, then please go ahead and subscribe it. Now without any delay, let's get started with today's problem. Problem number 2918. Minimum equal sum of two arrays after replacing zeros. Okay, so we have to replace the zeros, and what we need minimum equal sum of two arrays. Okay, so you are given two arrays nums1 and nums2. Okay, consisting of positive integers. All right, you have to replace all the zeros in both arrays with strictly positive integers such that the sum of the elements of both arrays becomes equal, right? And we have to return the minimum equal sum you can obtain, or -1 if it is impossible. All right, so when we are going to get the minimum sum, okay, here tell me when we are going to get the minimum sum, right? So only when you are going to replace this zeros with 1. Okay, we have to replace this zeros, right? So when you are going to replace this zeros with 1, only then you are going to get the minimum sum, right? Okay, so here if I replace all the zeros to 1 in nums1, then what is the sum that I'm going to get? So sum in 1 that I'm going to get is nothing but 3 plus 2 5 6 7 8. All right, and also maintain the count of zeros in 1. Okay, count of zeros in 1, it's nothing but 2, right? And same way here, sum in 2, so sum in 2 is coming out as 6 plus 5 11 plus 1 12. All right, and the number of zeros in 2, okay, in this 2 array is nothing but 1. All right, so now here see, both the sum are not equal, right? So which sum is smaller here? This sum is smaller, right? Sum 1 is smaller than sum 2. Okay, so here just check, do we have any zeros here? Yes, we have two zeros. Okay, so just here check if we have more than zero zeros. Okay, so if we have 1 0, then still we are good. If we have two zeros, then also we are good. Okay, my sum 1 is smaller than my sum 2 or 12. Okay, and then I'm going to check how many zeros are there in my this nums1 array. It should be greater than 0, right? So here we have how many zeros? We have two zeros. Okay, so in that case, that simply means that any one zero I can pick. Okay, and I can just change some value. Okay, I can just let's say I can just place here 5, let's say. Okay, so you can change now. So if you place here 5, then what you are going to get? 3 plus 2 5 6 7 7 plus 5 8 9 10 11 12. Okay, yeah, you are getting 12. Okay, so here in this case, what you need to do, just return the this value sum 2, whatever is max. Okay, so max is 12, so just return that. Okay, because it is possible to update the value, okay, in nums1, so we can just change the 0 to 5 9 in that case. Okay, so it is possible. So here what we check, if my sum1 value is less than sum2, right? Then check if do we have any number of zeros in nums1. Yeah, if yes, then simply return the max of these two, right? That's it. Okay, now see this example too. So here just change this 0 to 1, just change this 0 to 1. All right, so here sum in 1 you are going to get 2 3 4 5 6. All right, and count of zeros in 1 you are getting 2. Okay, so here in nums2 sum of 2 is nothing but 5, and count of zeros in 2 is coming out as 0 only. Okay, so now here see, sum 1 is 6 and sum 2 is 5. All right, so here this sum 2 is smaller na. Okay, it is smaller, so that simply means that we have to update any zero if there is any zero, right? So we have to update that. Okay, so but here zero count is 0 only. Okay, there is no 0 in my nums2. In that case, simply return -1. That simply means we can't update anything here, and this value is already smaller, right? We have to make these zeros to 1, right? So that's what we need to do. Okay, it's very easy problem, nothing complex, right? So let's write the code. All right, this is a simple thing that you have to check. Okay, so here what you need to do first, calculate the length of nums1 and nums2. So I'm going to create few variables. Int n1 is equal to nums1 dot length, int n2 is equal to nums2 dot length, right? And then we have to check the sums in 1 and sums in 2, right? So sums in 1, let's say, start from 0, and sums in 2 start from 0. Then we also need to check the count of zeros, right? So count of zeros in one array, nums1 array, so it is 0 in the starting, and same way count of zeros in 2, it is going to be start from 0 only, right? So this is done. Then after that, just run one loop. Okay, we have to calculate the sum. Okay, for int I is equal to 0, I is less than n1, and here I plus plus, and then inside this you have to check your nums of 1 of I value. If it is equal to 0, then in that case you have to increment the count of zeros in 1, increment it, okay, right? And then also just change the value of this to 1. Okay, so here I'm going to change the value of this to 1. So here I have to write nums 1 of I is equal to 1. Okay, that's it, right? So and we have to do the summation as well, right? So here I'm just going to update my sum as sum1 plus equal to this nums 1 of I. Okay, and here see return type is wrong now, so value can be very large. Okay, so just do one thing here, just change this into long. Okay, sum value. Okay, now this is done. Now same way, this is the same thing that you have to calculate for your nums2. Okay, here and 2, and here nums2 of I value, if it is equal to 0, then count of zeros in 2 you have to increment, and here nums of 2 of I value you have to update to 1, and then you have to update this sum, okay, as 2, right? This is done. Now when we are going to get to the -1, okay, we are going to get -1 when if any sum is smaller and the count in that particular array is 0. Okay, then we are going to return -1. Okay, so here I'm just going to check if my sum1, okay, if the sum1 is smaller than s2, right, and count of zeros in 1, okay, it is equal to you can say 0, right? If it is equal to 0, right? So in this case, same way we have to check for s2 as well, right? So just copy this here. Okay, so here if s1 is greater than s2, right, so s2 is smaller, right, so we have to check the number of zeros in 2 nums2. Okay, if it is equal to 0, right, so in that case we have to just simply return -1, right? And otherwise you have to simply return what math.max of the sums value. Okay, return math.max of s1 comma s2. That's it. Okay, so now let's run the code and see if the code will try to fix that. Here we have to update now nums2 is required. Okay, let's run it again. So see, all the test cases has been accepted. Now let's submit it. So see, our solution is accepted, right? Time complexity for this problem is going to be, let's say n is the length of this nums1 array, and n1, and n2 is the length of your nums2 array. So overall time complexity you are going to say of n1 plus of n2, right? So I hope that you guys are able to understand today's problem, and if you guys still have any doubts, then please feel free to ask in comment section. Till then, keep coding and keep practicing. Meet you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.